The sports world is still digesting an enormous settlement reached between the NFL and its players over concussions. The league agreed yesterday to pay $750 million to former players. And that has some asking if other leagues, like the NHL, should follow suit. Mike Drolet has the story.
In the U.S., the gridiron of the NFL dominates in ratings, revenue, and sometimes ruthless physical contact.
I don't know how you take this out of the game of football.
Concussions have always been part of the game. Now with a $765 million settlement, the NFL has agreed to compensate retired players without having to admit guilt.
Both sides wave the white flag and have kind of a truce and say we aren't going to point the finger at each side.
But watch Crosby there.
Hockey is at a similar crossroads. With some high-profile cases like the death of Derek Boogaard, the NHL has taken steps to address the issue through rule and equipment changes. Still, the lawyer representing the NFL players told Global News Today NHL players should seek compensation, which this lawyer says the NHL has to consider.
They certainly do want it to go away, and you know, they should be thinking long and hard now about how much it could cost them if they don't do something.
Comparing the two sports, the number of concussions reported in the NFL is staggering, over 9 for every 15 games. The NHL sees just over 5 concussions per 100 games, but remember, those are just reported numbers.
For the longest time, the NFL had a long-standing problem of not confronting their concussion issue.
Now there's no hiding from the facts, and the settlement in the NFL is a tacit admittance they knew something. The problem is what? Because of the payout, the NFL doesn't have to release any documents, meaning the legal and medical roadmap other sports could have used doesn't exist.
Expert-wise, or what investigations they took, what they were told, if they examined their liability 20 years ago, 10 years ago, it's likely that they did.
Mouthpiece goes flying.
But likely doesn't mean much in a court of law. So if retired NHLers want to follow in the NFL's doorsteps, they won't have a head start. Mike Drolet, Global News, Toronto.